Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Talk to Danielle podcast. I am your host, Danielle E. Baker, and as you can see, this is different this time because this is my first time doing a person-to-person interview, and I'm really excited. But before we get started, do like, subscribe, and follow whichever channel you're listening or watching from. And I'm going to introduce to you my guest today. We have Rachelle, and this is my soul sister. We go way back, and I'm so happy to have her on with me. You'll see there's a lot of that going on just because she's a sister. She's not blood, but she's a sister. And we're going to talk today about taking beauty further than just the surface, and how it's important to nourish your soul as well, to get that beauty to radiate out. And so this is why this Rachelle is a professional in that line of work. So I'm going to put the spotlight on her. And thank you, Rachelle, for joining me. Can you tell us a little bit about your story and how you got to where you are today?
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you so much for honoring this beautiful time with me and sharing from your heart as we share together to support. So I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Happy.
Okay, so the story began. First of all, I've always worked in the spa industry. I graduated college beauty school in 1998. And I always knew that one day I would open my spa. I always knew that I had a vision that I would go further than just working for someone. I did work downtown in Ottawa, downtown for many years. But in 2011, that's when everything rised within. When I say rise within means that I was guided to open my spa in my home. And this is where we are right now.
Yes. Yeah. So I don't know if you can see the backdrop, but it's a beautiful room. And it's just so great to see how it evolves and all of that. Now, can you tell us, you went from the traditional spa, in some very nice places, started from home. Is there a defining moment? Is there a time really in 2011 where you said, oh, this is it, I'm taking the plunge?
So what happened is, because I'm a very intuitive person, I just trusted and listened to my inner gut. I had no idea how this was going to all work out, but I had a plan. And my inner voice said, you're going to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from home. Thursday, Friday, you're going to work downtown. You're going to mean it. You're going to experience it. You're going to feel it. And you have a transition. However, when there's a client that's going to ask you for an appointment, let's say on a Thursday morning, I would normally go downtown Thursdays.
Yeah.
That's when I needed to stop completely the downtown core and merge into the spa. And Danielle, 11 months down the road, I had a lady asking me for a standing appointment every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for her manicure. And that's how the transition came forward, is that I trusted my path. I trusted what was coming in. And I knew that if I really wanted to succeed in life, I had to trust that inner guidance. And that's what happened. Yeah. So in April 2012, I came home full time. Now, when you open a business at the beginning, there's a lot of hats you've never experienced, right?
Yeah.
You're ordering products, you're taking care of clients, all your marketing, your strategies, your networking groups, but you try things in life. And if it doesn't work, it's okay. But at least we have the courage to try. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big one. It's about trying.
And that's why I love that you brought it up, because you said it. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I just made a plan and went with it. And that's something that stops a lot of us, is the fear of the unknown and not taking that plunge. But once it comes from within, you just have to trust that voice and do it. Just do it, and you'll be guided through. And the people that know me, you'll see a different side of me, because I'm usually very more, I don't talk about a lot about that stuff when I am interviewing other people, but this is personal between the two of us. So you'll see a different side of me where we're talking about for me, it's energies. And if it feels right, if it doesn't feel right. And everybody has that, no matter what your beliefs are. Everybody has that little inner, people call it gut feeling. Some people call it the inner voice, intuition. And that's what you do. And and that's why I wanted to have you on, because I see you in action and how you plan them. And it's beautiful to see Rachelle do this. So can you tell us a little bit about how you plan your business, how you see it and how you put it into action, and what inspires you to get it done?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, firstly, I don't plan anything, to be honest with you, because it comes from universal source. So, but what I must say is, at the beginning of my career, the traditional aesthetics is that we offer service, and we don't really dive into the emotional state of it. We don't really dive in. When you go to a spa, it's in and out. But I wanted to be different. And I knew that if I honored my voice and I honored my calling, that I can bring that forward. So at the beginning of my career, I never really talked about this. It was more subtle, feeling it out, stepping stones. But it all started opening up. The quotation of this is in 2015. In 2015, I had a client that I offered her facial, and at the end of her treatment, she looked at me and she says, "Rachelle, can I ask you a question?" I said, "Sure." She says, "Why did you massage me differently from one arm to the next?" And I looked at her and I smiled. And I said, "If I told you that I was guided to do it that way, how would that make you feel?" And she says, "Well, your guidance allowed, now I don't have pain in my arm anymore."
Wow.
So I knew at that moment that I was now invited to now speak about the true essence of connecting to the higher source and bringing it into the spa. And just her smiling at me and saying, "Yes, we like that." That's when everything started opening up in the spa environment. So when it comes to creation and building things in the spa, I always just come into my own and trust the process completely. But because that scenario opened up a platform, that's when everything else started opening up, right? It's like we're shedding off the orange, and we're like, "Oh, what's new? Oh, this is coming in, this is coming in." And that's the transitioning of growth and evolution. And that's where card readings came in. That's where I learned how to read cards. That's where I learned how to do energy treatments. I went to this beautiful healer. I don't know why I was going, but I was going to go meet him on my path. And he just said, "Rachelle, you have a gift." As he was evaluating each and one of my chakras with his pendulum, he looked at me and says, "You have a gift, but you're not ready yet. But the signs will come in when you are." And but he said to me, "Would you like to meet Rachelle at the highest vibration?" And I'm thinking, and that was in 2015, all around the same time. I'm like, "Is that even possible?" He goes, "Oh, yes, it is." And I said, "Well, then I would like to love to meet her." And therefore I went back, and he did this treatment on me, and I felt the essence of my soul vibrating from my head to toe. And I knew that if I really honored that energy within, that beautiful things would come forward as the creation, right? So my spa is really allowing deep soul nourishment. And that's what we talk about. The beauty of soul is really nourishing one within through aesthetics, through guidance, through love, through support.
It's bringing the beauty from the inside out. And I see it. I see the results, and it's just beautiful. Now, you did say something pivotal there, because not everybody feels comfortable talking about soul nourishing or energies or card pulling. There's still a stigma. There's still a kind of a fear and a lot of people who are connected to source, universe, or whoever feel that tension in them, don't want to talk about it because they don't want to lose their business. They don't want people to just shut them out and say, oh, there's some woo stuff. But how do your when you presented it, you started presenting it, how was it received by your clients?
Well, to be very honest with you, Danielle, before 2015, I tiptoed around it. So I would offer services through intuition and guidance. However, I never really openly talked about it. And that's when that woman came in and it brought openness to the conversation. But now, when a client gravitates towards me, first of all, or she goes on my website and she sees soul nourishment, energy, connection, deep soul nourishment. When she relates to that, and she's now invited to come in, the first thing I say to her is, thank you for honoring and healing. Thank you for connecting with me. And these people, when they come in, they really are curious. They are curious. But I must be honest with you, but because I respect each one of them, I will share with them what is coming forward. And some feel really comfortable, they dive in, and some they don't. And when the client comes in and she doesn't really feel it scares her too much, we embrace that with love. And it's okay too, right? But I would say to you, there's more curious than fear people that come to see me. Because when they walk in, what people say is that, Rachelle, just by you opening the door to me, I already feel an internal calmness. I feel like I'm coming into a place of safety, of a nest of safetyness. I feel that I feel the energy of love when I come in here. And that is my purpose. That is my mission, is I want each and one of beautiful souls, whoever they may be, to come into a place where they could honestly release, feel safe, feel nourished, be heard, be seen. Why? Because I feel that we are all one and we are all deserving of that platform of being nourished.
I wish we could capture this in the camera, but when you walk into the treatment room, you just, I know my personal experiences, you just go, like, it's just that you really do get that feeling of, oh, wow, I can relax here. And that's what you want. You're coming in for whatever treatment. It could be a facial or anything, but just the fact that you're able to just to let go and release, it helps. And it's just wonderful. And I like that. I would have guessed that, because in the line of work that I'm in, people will shut down anything spiritual right away. And so it's nice that you say it's more curiosity than shutting it down, and you respect anybody's comfort level. But what would you say, because we talked a little bit, beauty is more than just skin deep. And we talked about this before we started the recording of what it takes to be able to start doing soul nourishing treatments and how to get in a little deeper and making sure people are safe. So what is it, or how do you see it, that it's important to go deeper than just skin deep and go into the soul nourishment to be able to offer these services?
Well, firstly, I would say to you why it's important is because in life, unfortunately, we're going to go through things. We're going to go through some emotions. We're going to go through some experiences. We're going to go through some traumas, big T's and little T's. And sometimes we just need a place to sometimes we don't even know what to do with that. It's so ugly, it's dark, and we just need a place where we can feel hold, that therapeutic touch, someone just holding you, calming things down, calming the internal anxiety towards these situations, and just really honoring the space that you're in at that moment. Often, Danielle, people will come in and they'll just start crying. And honestly, when people cry in my presence, I don't hurt them. I let them cry. I let them cry it out because they feel safe and they need to. They need to find a place where it's important to release. And sometimes we just need a little bit of guidance. We need a little bit of support.
Yeah.
We just need to be a little bit nourished. And so why I feel that it's important that we dive into this treatment, this energy treatment that came from guidance. They told me, call it soul nourishing because you're going to nourish the soul deeply because that's what you do. Yeah. And you're there as your motherly touch to guide and support. But the reason why I do this is to allow people to come in into their own. Some people don't even know what that looks like. Some people have never felt their own energy because they're so in the outside world. But I always say that this is the platform to come in, and one thing at a time we can address the little T's, the big T's, anxiety, the stress, and really have guidance and support on that path. Because we all go through things in life, and we just to have that in your surroundings or in your toolbox, to have people guiding you, supporting you emotionally and spiritually is a beautiful way of letting go. Letting go and allowing yourself to be nourished, soulfully, internally, at a higher energy level. And more that we allow ourselves to go there, because it's scary and it's like, who do I trust? And but when you allow yourself to go there and really trust the person that's around you, and you feel that energy of love, you're actually giving yourself a gift. You're gifting yourself life. You're gifting yourself new possibilities. You're raising your vibration by releasing.
That's beautiful.
And a beautiful way to raise our vibration is to shake. We gotta shake. So imagine, I don't want people to ever feel that they're alone when you go through something. You don't have to be alone. We have to be around people that we can be supported through. And that's why I brought it in. Through beauty, right? Let's go nourish and cleanse our inside, beautify our inside while you're having a wonderful, relaxing spa treatment.
And you come out of here looking fabulous and feeling fabulous.
In your eyes, you have light in your eyes. You feel lighter. You shed. I had a client actually 2 weeks ago come in, and she explained to me that, Rachelle, she says, I'm going through a lot emotionally. There's a lot of weight. I carry a lot of hats. And I know you offer body treatments with stones, and I know you offer body treatments with a massage, but can you create something for me? I feel like I need something completely different. And as I was listening to her, I was getting a download of all kinds of things I could create. And I'm thinking, are you open to trying something new? And she goes, oh, yes, I am. I said, well, I think something just came in for you. And she says, really? And I said, we're going to call it raising your vibration. We're going to remove that heaviness that you feel. So I put on my exfoliating gloves. I put on the music of the drums. Boom, boom. There's the energy pumping in my body. And I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do this. So I started exfoliating her body, but I was like moving her. And she just looked at me. She started laughing. She goes, oh my God, you're really into this. I said, oh, yes, I am. And then she says, oh my God, like you really like what you do. I said, oh, yes, I do. And I was like drumming to the energy that was coming in for her. Like I was now channeling energy of exfoliation to remove this stigma of the dead weight that she was holding in her body. And once I was done exfoliating her, then it was the time, because then we just released, right? Now it was the time of nourishment. So here came the hot oils and the hot stones and massage her whole body with so much love, because that's what the soul needed. needed to be touched with some loving hand. This woman, after her treatment, she just looked at me. She says, "Oh my gosh, Rachelle, I don't know what you just did, but I feel so light and I feel so loved." And she goes, "Wow, I don't know if I'll be able to talk about this to anybody," she says, "because it's kind of out there and all my friends are not like this." But she goes, "I love that you just trust. I love that you just honor what comes in and you create." And this is what I do. Yeah. And do you want to hear something? That beautiful soul came in yesterday, and she looked at me and she says, "You know that treatment you did on me 6 weeks ago?" I said, "Yes." She says, "That's my new self-care treatment that I will have every 3 months." And she says, not only that, she says, "I feel it. Now what else can we release?" She says. I love it. Yeah. And now she's diving in towards something else. Yeah. But just for her to come back and acknowledge what I had created had really benefited her at that level. And because she was open, because she trusted, this is the unknown. Like, I think this is completely different.
It is. And you did mention something really important of that shedding so that you're able to receive, because we block that. Because when we get deeper, it's scary. It's scary. And I work with children. Children are a bit more open to this. They're into that magical world. So it's easier and you feel it right away. You give them a hug and they just kind of melt. But you do that to an adult and they'll just be like, no, don't touch me. But when they shed that weight, that dead weight that you said, you are really open. You're almost tingling. You're almost vibrating, and that shaking off stuff. I'll have to show some clips eventually of what we do when we're out. We just scare people around us, but
we are authentic.
We are authentic,
and we are real.
Yeah, and we're nourishing that inner child in us.
And we're having fun.
It's a lot of fun. Yes. Now you talked about that one, but that was actually leading up to my next question. The next question is, can you share some of the transformations that you've seen with your clients?
Oh, wow.
You've shared one with that one lady.
Yes.
But
actually, transformation. Oh my gosh, there was this one client. She came in. This is a sad story. She came in and her husband had taken his life. And it had been about 6 months. And she comes in like missing and really missing him. And my heart was broken for her because she didn't have a chance to say goodbye. He just went and it was gone, and she couldn't prepare herself. And she's in my bed, and I'm offering her healing, and I'm offering her internal calmness, and I said, "Dear Spirit, I didn't know the guy's name. I wanted really to honor her space, and I didn't want to question her too much. And as I was bringing energy, I was just speaking to the spirit up above, and I said, "Please just come in and guide her and support her on her path." And I said, "I'm so sorry, I don't know your name." And when I said that client that was resting was dreaming about him, and his name, she yelled his name out. She yelled his name out as I was massaging. And I was like, wow, oh my God, thank you so much for honoring and hearing me. And now please support her on her path. And at the end of this treatment, she, two things happened. She woke up and she said, "I dreamt about him." I said, "Yes, you did." And I said, "He even told me his name." And she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yes." And I said, "Too, look at the card that just came forward for you. I will show you your way. I will guide you on your path. Don't you worry, I will show you your way." Was her card that she received from her loved one. Wow. Oh, so it's so powerful to be able to help these people at these levels of rawness, of really being in despair, and then saying, bringing guidance and reassurance through these treatments. So yes, all kinds of stories like that.
Yeah, and there's just always some new ones coming in. That's amazing. So for anybody who is not sure how they feel about it, is just to give it a try out of curiosity. You can always, stop it if you're not comfortable with it, but it is worth trying it out and experiencing it. I did have a question, because when you're working and helping others, you see all these beautiful transformations, but some people forget that we go through our stuff too. Like, we have our own challenges and our own dead weights that we need to shed. So I'm curious to know, is there any advice that you wish you would have had sooner in your life, just to make your life easier? Is there anything that you could share with advice or wisdom, or something that you wish you would have known earlier in life?
I think that what I would have wanted to explore or known early in my life would be, I would say to you because I've always been a very intuitive person from the age of 18. So I've always channeled that energy from a very young age. But what I would say, what I would have known, what I wish I would have known even sooner, or what I'm trying to say is that I feel blessed right now, because from the age of 18, I've always had internal guidance. But for the people that are watching this, what's important to hear about this is that anytime you have internal guidance, how do you know if it's real or wrong? How do you know if it's light or ego, right? When we tune in to the internal and we trust what we're feeling, if it feels light, then it's right. If it feels heavy and you're doubting and you get these thoughts that are taking too much space and they're spinning, shut it to the side. But honestly, trust what you're feeling and honor deeply your authenticity. That's what I would say. Don't dim your light for anyone. Be real. I say, if I allow myself to be authentic enough, that I'm giving the courage to do the others to do the same. And speak your truth.
Yeah.
With so much love. There we go.
There's a sign. Speak your truth right now.
Truth it is.
Truth it is. The lights just went off. Give me a second. But you're right.
Okay. Let's just embrace this. Maybe we're supposed to have this beautiful,
intimate moment.
Yes, it's okay. Let's just go with it, right?
I'm going with it. Yeah.
It's okay. I just want to turn that
I might
off.
turn back on, but it's okay. I kind of like this background. It's a little more private.
But you're right. But honestly, Danielle, when I go through something, because we talked about, we offer services to everyone, but we go through emotions too. And the way that I connect to my, when I go through something in life is I will pull myself some cards.
Yeah.
I will come into my body and meditate, and I will ask, what is my learning through this? How can I navigate this through love? Yeah. Right? How can I approach this situation with so much love?
Yes.
It's not always easy, when you have to confront somebody or someone or something about a situation that you don't feel 100% aligned with, and if they've hurt you. But if you acknowledge with love, if you say, if you acknowledge your own worth and you say, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry that you're going through this, but, I need to tell you something. I honor and respect that you're going through something, but I don't have the time to give more to this situation. Instead of feeling depleted by a person that's coming to you for so much information, or that you feeling that they're weighing you down, you can acknowledge that by saying, I'm sorry you're going through something at this moment. I don't have any more time to give you to this situation. So anything, just always come back into your body.
And that's an important message. It is okay to tell somebody you don't have that energy. And they would understand you coming in from a place of love. It's not that I'm giving up on you. I just can't. I can't do it. Yeah.
says
I love it. Oh,
yes,
I love it.
yes. So honoring love.
Yeah.
Love is a big one, right?
Yeah.
The most beautiful love affair you'll ever have is with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sharing love and being kind to the people around you, and you're just giving that more towards yourself.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful exchange of internal love and being grateful.
Yeah.
And honored. Do you know that when I go see my mother and have her with them, I take the time to stop and talk to each one of these people.
Mm-hmm.
I do, because I feel like they're maybe alone. They maybe don't have visitors that come and stop and talk to them. Yeah. And every time I walk in and they see me and they're in the living room, they know Rachelle I'm gonna stop. Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Yeah. And they have the biggest smile. And then when I leave, I hear them say, "Oh, I really like that girl." Because it took me 2 minutes Danielle. Yeah. And they felt the love. They felt that I was with them, holding space with them.
And that's important because I find when you give love, you receive more.
Yes.
So sometimes we're so caught up in whatever it is that we're going on that we don't open up our field of vision and see that just making somebody smile, you know, like you say, it takes a minute and it fills you up. Yeah. And it fills you up with love and it's wonderful. It's exactly.
Their heart is all bright. I made their day and I'm leaving there thinking I just impacted somebody's life today.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's wonderful. It makes us feel better too. And it's not to do it in a selfish way, but it's an accumulation of it and it feels good. Mm-hmm. It feels lighter. And that's what we're looking for. It's just to feel lighter. Yes. And especially in those places, you're right. They're kind of, it can be a heavy energy in places where there's not a lot of movement there. That's good. I wanted to ask you this because I see you in action all the time, so I can see how busy you are. But everybody knows who runs their own business or starting your own business and managing work, life, kids, everything else that life throws at you. How do you find balance in your life to be able to stay balanced?
I need to be organized. And I have a list. And my time is actually calculated. Okay. 7:30, I'm doing my post. 8 o'clock, I'm doing this. 9 o'clock is this. I start my day. We have to stay on track. If I don't stay on track, it doesn't work. Right. So really for me, it's about staying on track, staying focused, having my list, my to-do list for the day. Who am I going to call? What am I doing next? Yeah. It's so important as a business, really to stay focused. Because otherwise, somebody can call you and you're thinking, oh God, right? So you really got to stay focused. Yeah. And cross those things off your list when they're done. It feels good. Done. On to the next. Right. But live in the moment and be present. Life is too short. You have to embrace our time. Yeah. And really be present with each one of the people that you're with.
Yeah. That's something that you do. You do take time for yourself. A lot of people get lost in managing the business and, trying to go to the next level, and then they burn themselves out. But you really do take time for yourself and you find these little moments where you can.
Diane, when I offer, let's say, facial, and I'm massaging, I'm now closing eyes, and I'm just going with the movement of the energy that's coming in the person. But when I'm in that state of relaxation, I'm also relaxing. So for me, it's a job.
That's right.
I'm having fun.
That's the best part.
I don't know why. I call it small passion for a reason. Like it's there. I just.
And that's when you're doing the right thing, is when it doesn't feel like work. Because you can put in long hours. I work more now than I did when I had a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. But I don't, it doesn't feel like work. No, I don't, as just having so much fun with it. So it's great. Do you have any projects going on, or do you have anything new coming? Because you're coming up with these new treatments and you're kind of establishing that. Can you share some of the new stuff that you have coming up?
What's new? So that's interesting. So right now, as I dive in and really honor and trust what I'm feeling, as what's new is coming in is that I'm being invited to raise the vibration. And raising the vibration for me means creating new treatments that clients can now really embrace every small service through its lens. Okay? As spirituality, example, spiritual prayer, spiritual medical, spiritual massage. That's all coming in. Let's say somebody comes in and she's new to this. And I would say to her, if you would like that I offer you a spiritual pedicure, you can do that. It's called a spiritual journey. Spiritual journey is a thing that we can add to your service. And at the end, you get a little intuition card that I'm going to pull for you. And that means that I'm just going to come into the energy of your energy and we're going to offer something really particular. That might mean that I might massage you one leg completely different than the other, depending on what's coming in. However, isn't that interesting? I know. And then what's going to happen is that we're also going to set an intention. Because I feel that if we're able to go in a little deeper and create an intention for the day, then there is even more powerful manifestation that will occur. You might have just woke up and you're going through something. You just need to release a little bit of something that day that's shifting a bit. Let it go. I'm going to invite you to do like me. We're going to put your hands out. We're going to cross. We're going to come into our heart space. And we're going to breathe this beautiful energy in. And we're going to set an intention when our client decides to do the spiritual journey. So these are all little upgrades that are coming in. They came in this year, late last year. And they're things that we just embrace, right? And it just allows people to explore different ways. We can come in for a regular spa treatment, or we can upgrade it for spiritual journey. I like that. So it's an option. And some clients say, "Oh yes, I trust you, Rachelle. Whatever you're feeling, because I always feel great." Some others are like, "No, it's okay," and that's okay too. Oh yeah, with so much love, no judgment.
So there's some days you're gonna want to take that journey, and some days you just want that pedicure, and that's it. That's okay. That's what's nice. It just personalizes it.
And you make it authentic for them, right? It's not just about pedicure. It's how can I make it real to that person?
That's awesome. It's exciting.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. We're kind of wrapping up. I could talk to you all day. We do sometimes talk all the time. There's a question that I like to ask, and it was asked by a little girl who was interviewing adults, and she asked that question and never got an answer. And she would get frustrated, and her mom would say, "Well, just stop asking me." And the little girl was like, "Well, somebody's going to get it." So she interviewed me. I answered that question right away. She was excited. She turned around to her mom. She goes, "You see, Mom, somebody was going to get it." So I promised her I would ask everybody I interviewed. I would ask that question. And I love that question. That's why even if she wouldn't have asked me, I would have started asking. This is the famous question. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Oh, what do I want to be when I grow up? Oh my God, I want to play.
That's right.
I want to have fun. I want to run in the forest. I want to be free.
Yes.
I want to just be happy, like a happy life, centered, calm, free, playful.
That's it.
I want to play.
It's funny how when we ask that question, we ask adults and they just want to be kids again. That's what it is. It's like, we go out and we go, just starts yelling.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful. There's always room for growth.
I love the question.
I know.
Thank you for sharing.
I love that question. We get different answers, but they're all wonderful answers. So people need to ask themselves that question more often. What do I want to be when I grow up? Where is this going to take me? What's my next step towards growth? I love that.
And honoring, right? Honoring the moments. Being playful.
Being in the moments.
Because you know what happens? Is when we're in the playfulness, what happens? The creation.
Yeah. We get very creative. That's when
the energy flows, right? It's like, woo.
Yeah.
One word. when we're stressing and we're stuck and we're stagnant, we vibrate low, we can't see clear, and then we get frustrated and get angry, and then things are not working.
Yeah.
But if we surrender, and we break,
it works well. I've had some of my most successful ideas was when I was being silly.
Yeah.
I was just, goofing off. And then it was like, we should try this. Ha, ha, ha. And it turned out to be the solution to whatever we're going through. So, yeah.
Surrender is big. Big, big, big.
It is.
I don't know if we have time to minutes.
Sure.
Yeah. So on my trip to Mexico, unfortunately, my phone had water into it halfway through my trip. And I was there on a trip with my daughter.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, my business is on here. I can't connect with my clients. I can't take any more pictures. I only have 9% left on my battery. And she goes, my daughter said, Mom, don't worry about it. Just let it dry. We'll plug it back in 24 hours. I'm like, okay, 24 hours rolls in, we plug it in, still doesn't work.
Oh no.
And now I'm starting to feel the anxiety. I'm thinking, oh gosh, how am I going to get home? Like everything's on this phone. And then I said, you know what, Emma? Maybe we should download everything to your phone, just in case. I'll give you all the passwords, all the information, just in case. She was, Mom, don't worry. 24 hours, 48 hours. Plug that thing back in, still not working.
No.
I was like, oh my God. Now I'm like hyperbolic. I want my phone. I'm on my trip. I want to take pictures. I want to take videos. I want to connect with some of my clients. Can't connect. So what I did is I took my book from Gabrielle Bernstein. I brought her with me on the side of the pool. I lay down in my lounge chair. I said, okay, something needs to happen. I opened this book. And it says, are you going through something that is out of your control? And I said, oh my gosh. And I said, yes. She says, well, then this is what you need to do. You need to say yes and surrender. Surrender to the possibilities and trust that the universal source will take care of this. And I'm like, you know what? I have Apple Pay. I have the Apple security. Yeah. My daughter has everything on her phone. You know what? I'm going to surrender. I literally did this. I stood up, brought out my arms, and I said, I surrender. That's it. I'm letting this go. I surrender my phone. I don't care. I'm going to have fun, and I'm forgetting about all this stress. I let it go. I went to the ocean. I ran into the waves. I swam. I jumped. I was like shaking all this energy off. And then guess what? The next day, Emma says, Mom, let's plug your phone in. I'm like, no, I'm done. I don't even want to see my phone. She goes, yes. So she plugs the phone and the phone works. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I believe in you. Oh, yes, I do. I was like, oh my God. To have your phone not working.
Yeah, no, that's devastating.
Oh, yeah. But it's just to say, if you surrender. If you surrender and you let the playfulness come in, I know it's hard.
Oh, that's the hardest part.
It's hard to say, I'm no longer in control. Oh, silly one. But if you surrender, let it go, you trust in the beautiful outcomes.
Yeah.
And we don't know. We might not know what our next steps are.
Exactly.
But that's okay. It's okay. You don't need to know. You need to trust.
Yeah. I love it. That's wonderful. Oh, I'm so happy that you came. I've been wanting to do this ever since I started the podcast. So I'm glad that we finally got to connect. Before we go, how can people follow you? How can people get in touch with you?
Yes.
And I'll add that to the description and the comments below so that you can contact her, website or social media, whichever.
So my website is spafashionbyrachelle.com. And you can also follow me on Facebook, Spa Fashion.
Yeah, Spa Fashion by Rachelle. Yeah. I'll put that in the comments so you can have a look and follow her and see what it's all about and see what's coming up with these new adventures that are coming up.
It's and if they wish to have their guidance card of the week,
That's right.
Something, a little self-care tip on Wednesdays videos.
That's what I like, a little beauty tip, a little self-care, a little intuition message for the week. If you want to set your intention for the week. fantastic. It's wonderful. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you got it.
Me too.
And it's just wonderful. And it's the first time in 9 months that I actually am doing person to person. So this is so
you did
fun.
amazing. You should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you. It's always fun. And like you said, as long as you have fun, then you know it's the right thing. So
and it's meant to be.
That's right.
And trust.
Exactly. That's wonderful. Right? Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy that I mean, we get to see each other again, but it's for everybody watching. Don't forget to check the description so you can get in touch with Rachelle if you want to know more about her services. And for anybody, again, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to the channel that you're listening or watching from. And don't forget to follow Rachelle as well. And until next time, I'm going to lean forward because I'm further away from the camera. But until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, and we'll talk soon.